In every fantasy world, there are powerful lords and mystical beasts. These are important, exciting, and get all the attention. But what about the cannon fodder of the mythical kingdoms? The great unwashed? Here's where goblins come in. The working peons of high fantasy, long overdue the spotlight. Cunning, sneaky, and underhanded. And no, I'm not talking about my ex-wife. Great stuff, David. He's really back in absolute flying form. Today on Sexy Beast, we talking Goblins.
Oh, you got that sexy beast. You're just so sexy. Are you a Loch Ness monster? Or are you Bigfoot, cryptid, supernatural vampires, banshees, Tony and Jago? Oops, there's a Wendigo. Hey, coming after me. Who the fuck said you could laugh at me, smack with me? With a Bigfoot dick you could slap with me? Blasphemy. You could dare come at me with a Bigfoot dick and a Loch Ness monster pussy? Bay sexy beast.
Good day down there, down under in your trousers. Welcome to Sexy Beast, your foray into the menagerie of the unexplained. Every single episode is devoted to a specific creature, cryptid, or monster. We look at its history, its merits, and using our FECS analysis, we rate and review the beast against other creatures in our Premier Crypt. And be sure to listen all the way to the end, because we're going to be closing out the show with freak encounters and top trumps. Actually, Jago, what are the current scores for top trumps? I still haven't worked it out. Because I think we may only have 8 left.
We have 8
and I
left.
think you could already have a lead of about 3.
I have a lead of 4 at the moment.
Jesus
I don't have the exact scores,
Christ.
but I'll tottle them up.
Tottle the morning to you.
I'm thinking of some tattoo ideas I've got for you. They're going to be pretty beautiful.
Do you know what, actually? Because I always do the intro to the show, and I maybe don't actually explain. I think I've lost contact with what I'm actually talking about. This is a monster review show. If this is your first episode, what we do is we basically look at monsters, we review them, because we are not very well adept at actually doing much research. But what we do at least have, if anything, Jago, are our opinions and our choices.
Oh, we have a lot of them.
Oh, we got loads of them. And I've probably done a bit of a... Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Tony Cantwell. And if you're looking for a great burger in Dublin, don't go to fucking Five Guys. Overpriced trash and the worst burger I've ever had in my entire life. My co-host is always Mark Jago. My co-host is always underpriced and over-delivers. Handsome Mark Jago.
Jeez, you're in such a good
I like you today.
humor.
I love you today.
What's this? Today?
Sometimes I don't. Do you remember that in what's the Prestige, when she's like, "You love me today," and sometimes you don't, because remember, it turns out, spoiler alert, skip ahead 10 seconds if you don't want to understand the end.
They're
of the
twins.
Prestige. They're twins.
Yeah, actually, you just spoiled it. But I had Five Guys yesterday.
It's shit.
I was a bit.
Burgers. What's the? Tell me why it's good.
No, I didn't. I wasn't. You didn't let me finish. It was very average.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
And I know. After watching things like the Burger Show on Munchies, you just think, okay, you understand a smash burger has to have a good level of like crumb and like the crispy bit.
Yeah.
You need that, and that's even what Burger King does with the Flame Grill. You have that Flame Grill char taste.
Yeah.
McDonald's does with the Big Mac. This thing, I only had it once. If you think I'm wrong, feel free to send me another Five Guys. I'm definitely not paying for it again. But if you're a fucking...
It's 18 quid for a drink, burger and chips.
Shocking. Trash.
Yeah. What do you think is the best burger in Dublin?
Best burger in Dublin, and I think in Ireland, is Bunsen. I think Bunsen is the best burger, hands down. It's simple, it's easy, it's fast. It's
and if you work for the marketing department of Bunsen, I know two guys who want to get sponsored.
2 guys, burger and fries, want to get sponsored by Bunsen.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's the best burger?
I'm going to have to agree with you there, Bunsen. Like, I've tried a lot of burgers. Oh, actually, there's one. Oh, fuck, what's it called? Bougeot burger?
Oh, yeah, you said that. Someone said this to me. Oh,
Yeah.
you said it to me. We have a lot of drunken conversations.
Unreal burger. Like,
Bougeot.
now, I had a few drinks when I had it last. It's in
Sure,
Sandyford,
great.
I think.
No, thanks. No, not interested. Not going.
Not going to Sandyford.
No.
Fuck the Lewis that far. But yeah, no, burger wise, Bunsen. If it's quick, it's cheap. I love the fact that they have little cards as their menu.
Love the little cards. I steal them.
I do every
Even
time I
though,
leave.
what am I going to do with them? Like, I'm not going to do. Remember?
I remember I was in Bunsen once, and it was packed, and there was only one waitress, like understaffed, whatever. And there was a guy looking at the card, and he was like, he was actually humming and hawing about what to choose from the 5 items on the menu. And I was like, what the? Like, and I was getting really frustrated by it. So I had to order a few beers.
Muppets.
Yeah.
It always delivers. Wow Burger's also pretty good, although I am not enjoying... No, Joe, I don't want to slander anyone. I have a public profile here, Mark Drago. Here I'm slandering Five Guys.
Whisper it to me and I'll say it, because I have no public profile.
Okay. I just don't like... I'm not mad on some of the Wow Burger locations. I think they're quite dismissive.
Do you know what? I don't like about Wow Burger.
I like the Workman's one, but you know what? And this is... Do you know what? If you're not from Dublin, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, she just.
I
we made a niche here, and then the nichest again.
Dublin. I was going to be like, if you're not from Dublin, and I was going to lay into it, but that's no. If you're not from Dublin, I'm sorry, you're not going to get this. But the one of the Workmans, I don't like the fact that you have to. That's the only bit. It should just be either Wow Burger or it's a bar.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's very confusing when you're like, what am I ordering here? A drink, or I'm ordering a burger?
What about Mary's? I like Mary's one.
I like the Mary's one
because it does have a separate. Oh fuck, man! We have to talk about goblins.
But do we really have to?
Yeah.
Because this is the thing. We've been getting a lot of slack recently where they're like, you know what? I like the podcast, but I hate when you talk about the cryptids.
People are saying, oh, we like the interaction between you two. It's like,
sure.
Someone once described it as two drunk friends down the back of the bus as you're coming home on a night link. And it's
the sort of conversation that infuriates you, and you're like, I want to get involved in this conversation, but I'm too Irish.
Too Irish, and then you hear something, you're like, oh, the best burger, and they say something stupid. Best burger is definitely Joe Burger.
Eddie Rockets are playing a fucking blinder these days.
Oh, yeah?
Burgers. They're great. They're great burgers. Although the smokestack has, I think, what did I say to you? 1,600 calories in it, in the smokestack burger.
Fucking hell.
And the chili and the fucking cheese bacon fries is like another 1,000. So you're at 2,500. And I would get that as standard. I would get that as standard on a Sunday and then have something for my tea.
A man is only supposed to eat 2,000 calories a day.
And what is man but the greatest predator of them all? Man. So, speaking of man, we're going to talk about
Goblins.
Now, that's a joke from Dream Gun, but it's like, not only was he a man, it's like, who is that, a man? A green gob man from their Spider-Man series. Jago, I feel a bit, I chose to do goblins this week, and I realised a Gruagok is a goblin. So here we are, goblins back to back.
Yeah, I was looking at the Instagram, and I was looking at the pictures like, oh, Aishling's going to draw something that might be pretty similar to just a Gruagok.
Who has been playing a blinder, by the way? Aisling, thank you so much.
Her work.
Well, we say it to her. She's not distant to us. We were in the group chat.
Her art. If you want to support Aisling, if you buy any of the posters that are on sale in our shop, most of the proceeds go to herself.
They do. They recoup the expenses, and they go to her.
I also just said proceeds, which isn't a word. Proceeds.
Well, Jago, you can proceed with you're at a German medieval party, and I'm going to continue playing the Suspiria theme by the little-known Italian outfit Goblin.
Yeah.
Who also did another soundtrack, didn't they? A better one, like a Exorcist or something. No, that was Tubular Bells.
That was doesn't matter. Tubular Bells.
Okay, you're at a cool. Actually, you're at an Italian party because that's where goblins are. This band is.
Pick up a penny. Una penny.
So you're at a goblin. What?
I don't know. I own a pen or something.
I own the penny.
It's from like Sister.
I own the penny pasta.
I own the penny. Whoa.
No, I don't like that. That's not good party music. Let's go
party.
for Giorgio Moroder. Okay. You're at a cool party.
Oh, this is cool music. I'm walking in. I'm stomping in on the beat, leather jacket. And I walk up to a fine Bellissimo Maria. Hello, have you heard about Goblin?
Why you say this?
Goblin comes from goblinus. It was a French spirit who haunted Evero, a mischievous, small, imp-greedy creature who usually makes trouble for mankind. How'd you feel about this, baby?
If you take your cock now, I'm going to be so annoyed.
Hey. What about my penny?
So it's goblins.
Goblins. I think most people know goblins.
You know what a goblin is? Characteristic of a goblin, little fella.
Yeah.
He is, or she is, full of mischief.
Yeah.
Or sometimes not.
Yeah, sometimes, most of the time they're full of mischief. It can be ranging from mischief as in like, oh, you have shit shoes, mate. Or mischief to stabbing small babies when they're in the cot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ranges a lot.
Geez, in the Sexy Beasts prank level,
yeah,
stabbing a baby in their sleep has got to be 10.
It's got to be 10. Yeah, we should add like prank level to it. Like.
I think 9 is the kappa. I think molesting women is 9.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a hard 9, almost 10, but stabbing babies in their cot is a number 10
pretty
in the
up there.
Ashton Kutcher Sexy Beasts prank level.
Goblins are sort of worldwide, but they're not obviously not called goblins because goblins is an English word. As I said, Gobliness was a specific spirit that haunted an area in France called Evervue. Obviously, my French is shy. But,
I was going to say, yeah.
But then the Gobliness got fucking turned into goblin, but some people think that it comes from goblet, and they're like little people who sold trinkets, so like a little goblet or something like that. Now in Korea, there's a type of goblin called a dokkaebi. That
sounds cute.
Yeah, it's a little dokkaebi, but he possesses small things. And do you ever see Fairy Fire?
So he possesses your penis.
He possesses my penis, and in Korea, whenever I go to Korea, I always have to declare my penis as a different creature. So I go around, so it goes around, it possesses small things and knocks them over, like a cup here and there and stuff like that. In the Philippines, there's a type of goblin that sits on an ant mound, and if you go near it, you can either bow to it or give your peace, or it will curse you, and you'll end up pissing black poison.
Jesus
so
Christ.
there's extreme cases to it.
Whoa.
But
they don't like being slighted, from my understanding.
Yeah, so apparently they'll get really mischievous with you, but if you get mischievous with them, they don't like that. Huh? They can take it out, but they can't give it.
That sounds like Rob Conroy.
Huh? Yeah. That's a cut for people, again, niche.
And he doesn't even listen to this.
Yeah.
Anyway, we know what it is. Is there any more we'd like to talk about, or can we do it in our patented Sexy Beast breakdown of our fighting, evidence, cool factor, and sex appeal?
Basically, everyone, if you don't know a goblin is a small, usually a green, sort of cunning guy. You've seen it in a lot of media products, like even Harry Potter. It's wide ranging, okay, but kind of fight though.
Fighting.
Do you know what annoys me sometimes when we do this podcast is I type in things like when you have a cryptid that's named after a superhero named after a cryptid, and you type in like goblin powers, and then you have flying fucking jack-o'-lantern exploding. I don't want green goblin powers. I want mythical folklore goblin powers.
And then you get like high endurance, high resistibility. Hates Mary Jane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck, you got me. You got me, Spider-Man wiki.
It's always at the end.
Yeah.
Right, well look, I found some magical powers. No, I found some fighting powers.
Yeah.
So it has, in general, magical powers. This is one of those cryptids where the scope of its magic not fully known.
Yeah.
But then you can kind of see some of the other stuff it can do. It can shapeshift, but from what I read, only to things of its same size. So if it pretended to be you, it would be a 1 foot you.
Yeah.
Little mini me job. It has demonic abilities, don't know what they entail. It can appear as animals and shapeshift as animals, thus has some level of animal husbandry, I imagine. Invisibility, and I love this as well, can weave nightmares out of gossamer and insert them into the ear of a sleeping human.
Oh, I love that, gossamer. I love that word.
Also, a goblin can smile curdles blood, a goblin's laugh sours milk and causes fruit to fall from trees, and a goblin's scream kills mice.
Oh, goblin scream kills mice?
Goblin scream and peppermint oils apparently kill mice.
Peppermint oil kills mice?
They don't kill mice, but they... So I have lied. No, they don't. But peppermint oils, if you burn some peppermint oil, apparently most of them are mouses, because I had mice. I had loads of fucking vermin when my gaff in London, and if you put... And rats and stuff. So if you burn peppermint oil, a mouse and rat use their kind of sense of smell because they're nocturnal.
Yeah.
They pretty much use that to get around to everything, to find their way around. But if you put in that, they're pretty much blind because they can't really see it and they can't smell anything beyond peppermint.
Oh, that's intense. Like,
so that's why I put on peppermint deodorant, to get all those rats away from me on the nightclub.
Get out of here.
Get away from
me,
out,
love.
I'm married.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The right venue's closing down. All the
Which
rats are going to abandon ship.
That is so rude for you to call anyone who goes to the rights.
Keep this in, Jamie. Fucking hate the rights venue. I used to live near it.
Okay. All right. How can I fight?
What?
Can the not it?
Can the rights venue fight? No, goblins. I agree with what you said. Apparently they have very high endurance. They can be kicked about by big boys like the orcs and stuff, like the ogres.
Or you're 6'1".
For me, 6'1". I could definitely take a goblin on. That isn't without.
Ooh. We'll get to that.
Speed. They're very speedious.
Svelte.
Very cunning. Not clever, very cunning.
Cunning. So cunning above clever would mean with some level of untoward.
Yeah, so like if you're facing them one-on-one, they'd run away and they'd probably have their mates waiting around the corner.
Oh.
You know, that's cunning. rather than
the old Cabra Goblin.
The old Cabra Goblin. Again, around the world, let's go to some of them around the world. There's another one I mentioned before, the one in the Philippines.
Yes.
He sits specifically on an ant mound, and if you piss on his ant mound,
Jesus.
He'll make you vomit blood for a week.
So if you don't greet him, you'll piss black
Poison.
And if you piss on his ant
mound,
you
vomit blood. And his name is Nunu Supusu. And if you
my name is Nunu Supusu,
and from the Philippines,
yeah, from the Philippines.
and if you don't,
I won't do the accent.
If you're sick and it won't get better from modern medicine, you're definitely cursed by the Nunu Supupu or Pupu Nunu Supupu Pupu. And then so they tend to fight in groups.
Mm-hmm.
They are very social animals, except they'll slap you in the back. They're very mischievous, I said. I don't think they can fight. I think individually in the Theatre of Screams, I'd give it a low score. But if there's a group of them, I'd give them a big score.
Well, apparently
what's the rules like? So if something is a pack animal, can you include a pack? No, it has to be singular.
No, it has to be singular.
You can't just fuck up the...
You know, we're thinking dark web, parakeet versus jaguar kind of situation here, you know. But in terms of its very weak defense, apparently it can be coaxed from its habitat by offerings of honey and water.
What? The most abundant material in the world. Like, oh, fuck.
Come here now, have a bit of water for you.
Yeah. Oh, water. I haven't seen that in ages. You're very good at orc and goblin voices, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty good with my orc voice and my goblins. Do you know what pisses me off about Lord of the Rings, where like there's a bit when they get into the mines and then they pick up the arrows and they're like, oh, goblins, but they never say goblins again. And what is a goblin?
It's a small orc. Isn't it like a bastardized elf or something like that? It's like an elf that's been tortured until it breaks.
Jeez, that's a very fucking
difficult
way of
I
getting
might
a goblin.
I might be like, no, but I think the original ones, the original Goblin trilogy was elves that were tortured and then they procreated or whatever, and then they created the goblins.
I got you. I know.
Yeah.
I give it a fighting a 5.
I give it a fighting 5 too.
What's up with us? We're
on the level lately.
We're on the level.
I think that for fighting, at least, I think that 5 would be a man. A man bare-chested, bare-fisted,
big tash,
slightly erect, in just throwing a few digs.
Yeah,
that's
a man.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, so I think that's a new mark, a new sort of base mark for Guinness Advisor. Shite.
Why are you saying that?
Because he has no sort of baseline, and we need to have a baseline.
He does have a baseline.
What's his baseline?
Look, if you got 60% on a maths test, would you be happy?
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 out of 10 for a pint of Guinness isn't bad.
That's not. But see, backstory to this. There's a Instagram called Guinness Advisor that like tastes Guinness around Dublin, and they give it scores. And they gave one of our favourite pubs a 6 out of 10.
And he gave Grogan 6.5. Jeez, if you're not from Dublin, then you're in the wrong podcast.
Yeah.
Right? Although we have looked from our stats, and most of you are. So.
Oh well, I was in Canada once, and Sneaky D's. There you go, just for our Canadian listeners.
Oh, enjoy that one, guys. I like Guinness Advisor. I like it's one person's opinion on a pint, and that's why I love people getting wound up about it.
Yeah, there's a guy.
I need everyone to agree with me.
Because
I'm a snowflake.
There was a guy literally trying to start a fight in the Grogans. Did you see that?
Yes.
He's like, I'll meet you around the corner. I think he was taking a piss, but it was still pretty funny.
I remember when I was in Temple Bar and I was a rocker, and then this young Scouby showed up, and he was all like, "Right here," he's like, "Right, Knackers v Gots, your 5 best versus our 5 best." He was trying to start a fight.
Just walking up to you like we in Central Bank.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to fight him and get my head kicked in. Fighting a 5. I respect you, Mr. Goblin Man, Mr. Sexy Goblin Man, but you are not very good fighting. But do you exist? Do you exist?
What is the evidence, sir? I'm just writing something down.
Hang on, I tell a lie, Mark Jago. You asked for a pen, and I believe I have it.
Oh, interesting.
The penis, mightier than the sword. It's not my joke. I stole that from someone.
Okay, so evidence. Gotta get that boom boom bow. It's not the best.
Gotta get. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, it's kind of goblins in a weird way are kind of what I would view like ghosts, like just general nuisance, general unexplained nuisance.
It's a goblin.
Oh, it's a goblin.
There's a lot they're so prevalent in stories and
Yeah.
history and sort of mythology that if they did exist, there would be a kneecap, a patella, a scapula somewhere, you know.
And I saw some alleged videos of these things. Did you see the Lantern Man?
Yeah,
It looks shit.
from 2012.
Yeah.
The man captured a lantern while he was filming deers.
And then I found another one here, which is Goblin scares girls in Argentina. You can barely fucking make this thing out. People, I'm sorry, but if you're videotaping a cryptid, I don't care where you come from, you need HD, you need 4K.
We literally took a picture of a black hole about 150 million light years away, and we can't get a HD picture of a goblin.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, do you know what? I think this whole podcast is jacked. I think none of these things exist.
Oh shit, it's all the
That's it, it's over.
In
I realised.
2009, there was an Oklahoma man who said that he found a small goblin creature behind Jobber. He found a small goblin creature behind a small bush while he was fishing, and then when he went to go back, it was gone. My God, that's 100% proof that's there. 10 out of 10.
Well, what do you make of the Kelly Hopkins
Just about to do
encounter?
this.
Well, then you can do it.
Oh my God! So this is what gets me hard on a cold winter morning.
This is proof. This is proof. This is proof. This is proof.
So Kelly Hopkinsville in 1955. Set the scene, okay?
Okay.
There was a small farmhouse.
Wait, hang on. I'm going to set the scene. It's... Okay, guys. It's 1955.
1955, Kelly Hopkinsville. A small family and their local itinerant travelling what's the people who were carnies?
Carnies.
Were in the house when they noticed 15 small creatures climbing on the local what's it called? Barn and around. They had glowing eyes and they were making noises. So what's the first thing you do?
Shoot them.
Whip out your guns, and the whole family took out their guns and shot at them. After they shot at them and the creature sort of dissipated, they ran towards the local sheriff office.
Mm-hmm.
The sheriff's office sent... This is fucking insane. Sent in 3... You have it there? I don't know the exact amount.
I think I have 4 city police, 5 state troopers, 3 deputy sheriffs, and 4 military police from a nearby army base.
Yeah, so sent to try and find these because they thought that it could turn into a shootout between the locals.
But this is what I read. So this is... there were 5 adults and 7 children in this police state. Jesus Christ, that's a big family. God fucking Jesus. Anyway, basically saying that small creatures were attacking their farmhouse and they had been holding them off with gunfire for nearly 4 hours.
4 hours? Jesus, I didn't read this part.
2 of the adults, Elmer and Billy Ray, I mean, come on. Are they husband and wife? Claimed that they were shooting at 12 to 15 short, dark figures, repeatedly popping up at the doorway and peering into the windows.
Oh.
Woo!
All you need now is a man in black to fucking finish me off.
What? Or I can't remember.
Yeah, so they went in, and anyway, the police and the authorities turned up, and they couldn't find anything. Okay, the family swore blind that they seen these things. Okay, and then the next morning, the family had packed up and left because at 3:30 in the morning, the creatures returned again and kept doing the same thing, peering in the window. And apparently, some of the bullets hit them. And it sounded like if you shot a bullet and the bullets were just ricocheting off them, or a bucket. If you shot a bucket and the bullets, yeah. They also said that their eyes left contrails, or trails. So, like, do you know when you stare at a firework too long and it leaves like a little burnt in your retina, sort of?
Or when you're playing solitaire and then you win. And
yeah, exactly. So that's a very good example. I like that, Tony. Make a joke of that.
Yeah, I will. I'll say that in my stand-up set tonight. But what do they kind of believe it actually was?
So here's where it gets a little interesting. They think it was extraterrestrials. And they, because just before that there was a meteor shower. So some people think that it wasn't a meteor shower. It was these alien goblins coming down, which would explain a lot, because if goblins have been coming and they're so prevalent in every single cultures, maybe these are the little green men we've been looking for.
See, this is the thing I love when this happens, Mark Jago. I love when we potentially have a reason for the unexplained, and the answer is aliens.
Yeah, it's always going to be aliens.
It's always going to be aliens. But also, there was a ufologist who said that the explanation of this case is that they were just owls.
Well, but could an owl take a bullet? Let's find out today. Yeah, that's the worst owl sound ever.
Whatever.
Pew. Ooh.
So that's a good piece of evidence. I give this an evidence of 10.
No. Excluding that, I'm gonna have to fucking give it a 5.
I give it a 5 as well.
Oh.
We're on the same page. We're menstruating together. Now, we know that it has the same fighting ability of the average man. And of course, Mark Jago is not the average man. No. We know that it partially exists like the average man. But is this thing bloody cool? I mean, cool, baby. It's very popular.
I think it's very popular, but... Well, let's go back to it, because when we started saying the cool, the whole sort of thing was, would you invite this to a party?
Sure.
This thing is
he
in
was
D&D.
a bit of a prick.
Yeah, but you bring his fucking shit mates. Do you ever have that mate at a party, like you're 15 or 16 trying to impress loads of people, so you invite them all over. You're wearing your lovely Kappa tracksuit bottoms and your Adidas
what else
top
would you be wearing?
like that. And you're playing all your great My Chemical Romance and stuff. And then you invite your mate from down the road who doesn't know you're a mate, but who's like... He lives near you, and you grew up with him from like 10 to 15. He's
not emo woke.
He's not emo woke, yeah. And then he turns up, and then another of his mates turns up, and then they just fucking take over the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then the next morning you wake up, and the one of them's been lying on your couch all night and just been farting loads.
Oh God, yeah. I know exactly that. And you think this would be the Goblin?
Yeah, this is the Goblin. Like, he doesn't do anything bad at the house, but
You've outgrown him.
Yeah. Jesus, I'm sorry, Dean.
That's the second time you brought him up. Wasn't he pimp to like your first shift?
Yeah. No, sorry, that was Niall.
Niall, sorry.
Yeah. But Niall was Dean's friend, so it's...
God, neither of them are...
Goblins.
I mean, it's very popular. It has that going for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you have...
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons. You've got fucking...
Lord of the Rings, obviously.
Lord of the Rings. You've got World of Warcraft. You've got the Green Goblin, Hobgoblin. You've got the Italian band Goblin. You've also got the kind of overarching kind of... or the kind of umbrella term of Goblin, in which you kind of have things like, you know, dwarfs and brownies and gnomes and pukas and kind of things underneath this kind of Goblin banner.
Goblin has been used as like a huge term to sort of... But then, how would you feel about just being like painted with the same brush as being called a white man? You know.
Look, I have to accept the fact that that comes with some baggage.
Harry Potter are a bit problematic. Their goblins are just like stand-ins for Jewish people. I know.
Little bit, yeah. Little bit like Watto. Watto. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's
But also, what I don't like about the Harry Potter goblins is. And the house goblins or house elves is their pinkish face looks like a cock and looks like dribbly foreskin. Looks like my penis.
Looks like my penis. My penis looks like Dobby the house.
I have a nice penis, but it has a kind of a too long of a nib. I think anyway when it's flaccid, and it reminds me of Dobby the house elf. And I can't look at Dobby without thinking.
Do you do role play with your wife?
I do.
Oh, give me a suck and I'll free you.
Here comes Dobby. Here comes Dobby. Dobby's on your shoulder.
Dobby's on your shoulder.
No, I don't. I definitely don't do that. Terry doesn't listen to this.
Oh no, Dobby's going through your purse now.
Stop pissing in my purse! I give this a cool... No, wait, what else?
Well, sorry, we're missing the coolest of the cool that sort of gives a
Green
point.
Goblin.
Labyrinth.
Oh, yeah.
The Goblin King.
The Goblin King!
Oh my god.
You remind me of the babe.
What babe?
The babe with the power.
What power?
The power of voodoo.
Voodoo.
Remind
so
me
anyway,
of
yeah, me and Tony are huge fans of Labyrinth. I don't know if you know that. And we're also big fans of Dave Bowie's cock.
Where is it? Where's the song? Is it Goblin Dance?
Yeah.
No, it's not. What's it called?
I don't know.
Magic Dance.
Magic Dance. Yeah, so are we just going to sing?
Yeah, we are. We got to listen to this. Yeah. Sing it.
The babe. Yeah. You remind me of the babe. Babe with the power. Power of voodoo. You do. Remind me of the babe.
Let's go into it.
So, just for all our listeners here, Tony is dancing now.
Yeah, I have my codpiece on like Bowie.
You didn't know we were going to mention this song, but you brought your codpiece anyway.
But you know what? That I already had it as cool as 8. So now I'm going to keep it 8 because
Too much. Too much.
it would have been too
But
much.
yeah, no, that
You don't have to give it an 8. We don't have to be firing all cylinders.
The Goblin King was like, I remember watching Labyrinth and just being like, he's so cool. And do you know when he starts doing the thing with the fucking crystal ball?
Yeah, because he was a real, true master of mime.
I watched
Bowie.
the behind the scenes, and basically he had his arms behind his back, and some lad had his hands.
Really?
Yeah, through it. Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh shit! Did I just ruin that for you?
A little bit, yeah, because I knew he was
Also,
into
Jennifer
being
Connelly,
amazing.
gorgeous, underage at that time, but
I don't understand what you mean.
okay.
I don't see race, I don't see age, I don't see colour.
Yeah, very cool. I think this prevalence is unreal. I think it's in everything, and it needs to be in everything because we need. This is the working man. This is the everyman. You can
Yes.
see yourself as a goblin in a fantasy world. I don't think I'm an elf. I'm too fucking unclean to be an elf.
You're a dwarf, obviously.
No, I'm not a dwarf.
You're a tall dwarf.
And my axe.
Who's that character?
It's Gimli.
Okay, I get you. What do you give this a cool
I actually give it
love?
7.
Okay, look, I will defer to you. I will not be playing the theme because we're running low on time.
That's honest.
And we know that it's cooler than the average man. We know that it can fight as good as the average man. We know that it partially exists. But look, is this thing... Oh, I don't have the sex appeal tune. Sex appeal. And here we go. And it goes a little something like this. You know, until I played Magic Dance, I was given this fuck all sex appeal because it's a little man mostly, and I don't find men attractive. If you do, that's fine. Not you personally, Jacob, but whoever's listening to this. And I know goblins are known for their unattractiveness.
I'm going to hark back to our fighting ability here. As I said, individually, low score, but in a group,
You go to town on them.
yeah, I guess
Little harem of goblins.
Cuddle puddle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think they smell, and I don't mind short birds, and I like the fact this is somewhat human. But
This is one for the last couple of weeks we've had Mentos compass people.
well, I have clearly revealed myself that I prefer to have sex with cats. I've said this time and time again. I did not fuck that cat. I did not come on that cat. I did not.
So if Bunsen are listening, can you please sponsor us?
Please sponsor us. Jesus Christ, please.
Yeah, but no, same agree. I don't really find them that attractive. Like they probably have their people do find them attractive.
If you're into goblins and that's your bag, that's fine.
Little
come
green
on,
men.
I mean, what's okay? Devil's advocate here. What could be sexy about a goblin? I mean, I do prefer members of the opposite sex who are marginally shorter than me. They have that going for them, right?
They're short.
Mm-hmm.
They are sneaky. I love a good sneaky woman.
Do you?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what I mean.
I don't know what I mean. No, but
I like a cunning woman.
yeah,
Terry's quite cunning.
cunning lingus.
Yeah, and I like going down on women. So goblins, sex appeal 10.
No, what did you give?
I gave it a sex appeal 4. It's not
I
great.
gave it what are you fucking...
Right, 5, 5, 7, 4. I think I already know the score, but Jago, hang on.
We gave it an 8. Or we gave it a 7, sorry, yeah.
Jago,
Yeah.
I am going to get the Premier Crypt open now. Can I please have the final scores?
Fighting 5, evidence 5, cool 7, sex appeal 4.
Total score of
21.
21.
21.
Which means that it is... Ooh, no. Not doing great.
Oh no.
Above El Cuero,
Yeah.
above the Ningen and Santa's Elves, behind the Tuckalosh and Jersey Devil at 37th place.
Well, technically the Tuckalosh is a goblin just with a big knob.
True.
Yeah.
So it, of course, is better.
Yeah.
0.5 better.
Bigger
So
knobs are...
bigger knobs are always better. What's wrong with us?
Some bigger knobs are better. Somebody's mother's bigger knob than others.
So goblins on total not great, which is surprising.
Yeah.
Considering how popular they are.
I was going to play a D&D goblin. My next character was going to be a goblin D&D. because I have the stats all written out, but now it's gone.
Forget it.
Forgettable.
Also, yeah, they're always fodder. There's we
Yeah,
battered the
literally,
shit out of them.
it's literally
Goblin shows up. Goblin shows
Goblin
up.
shows up. It's like,
Goblin shows up.
I cast magic missile, like you smite.
Misses. Goblin shows up. Goblin dodges. Jago, we have 49 creatures in the Premier Crypt.
It's coming up to that time, you know.
It's going to that time we have to
Where
retire
we-
next episode.
We have to shamelessly sell our bodies.
We have just been asked to make even more episodes to keep head stuff afloat. So I'm afraid we will not be cancelling the podcast.
Yeah.
After
That's it. Our producer Alan just came in and just started bawling his eyes out. So
yeah, and he
have to
actually just
edit it
freezed it. He took cash out of my pocket,
Yeah,
and
he's like,
even the mops that I was
"Please."
keeping in there for safe.
please,
right.
Ashland beats me.
Mark Jago, let us top Trump, and you have the lead.
Yes.
So
Do you want me to go first? Do you have the theme song?
Yes, I do. And
Let's
here.
top Trump.
Top Trump cards at the ready.
Who's gonna win? Is it Tony or Jago? Put no wolfman against a mermaid. Pick one team in the theatre, screams at the part of the show that we call Top Trumps.
Do you know what I realised I forgot?
What?
I had written a rap about goblins. I was going to perform it for you live. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Okay, real quick, right?
So we might have to go back to revisit.
No, we're in Top Trumps. We're not revisiting it. But here's my little rap I wrote about goblins, and this is from the perspective of kind of because of the housing crisis in Dublin. House elf goblins are finding it quite tricky and difficult to live. And
I can't believe you forgot this.
yeah, I know because it's not great. That's why. This would be, yo, what's fucking crack? Here we go. Haha. Right. All right, here we go. Haha. Yo, what's the problem, goblin? Nothing, Colin. Just can barely afford to feed me fucking children. Ain't got a joblin'. It's living hard in Dublin. I've just turned me back on a life of troubling. Tangling horses, banging pots and pans, removing the clothes from a sleeping human. Replacing babies with goblin babies. I wanna be a house elf. I put that life on the shelf. But now that I'm older and bolder, people still ask, are you a trow, a kobold, or something worse? Something worse we've never seen before. Maybe I'm you, why don't you see me transform? Look at me now, I'm like you, but I'm short. I'm not a brownie puka or a fucking dwarf. I'm a goblin with a fucking kid, and it makes me sick. I can't afford a crib. So what's the problem, goblin? Nothing, Colin. Just living life on the dole was never me calling.
That was very good. You were fucking at the end of it. You were trying not to smile. You're so fucking proud of yourself, aren't you?
And the most frustrating thing is, these are some key facts that I forgot to include, is goblins are known for tangling horses, banging pots and pans, removing clothes from sleeping humans, and they replace babies with goblin babies. A goblin is also nicknamed a kobold and a trow. All these facts I completely forgot to mention in the entire podcast and put them into my rap. Anyway,
Back to Top Trump.
Top Trumps it is. Let's have you.
And be sure to listen to the end where Tony finishes the podcast.
Yeah, whatever. Do you know, we might even have time for freak encounters. We might have to do a different one next week if that's all the same with you.
Yeah, we might have to cut it off because we're running short.
Yeah.
All right. So last week I won, obviously.
Yes, I remember.
And I called you, what was it again? Team Unclean Sheath.
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
And I'm still Team Cool Jago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so because I won, I'm going to pull first. And the card I pull is the Aswang.
And the Aswang, what?
And the attribute I use is fighting ability.
Shit. What is it?
I don't know. It's on the list I have here is 6/9.
Okay, that's because we didn't. This was in the early days. We never actually agreed, which means that we probably have to find the middle of that, which is 6 plus 9 minus 2 equals
7.
10.5.
Whoa!
No, that's not true.
Isn't he divided by 2?
Yeah, I know how to use maths. 7.5.
7.5.
Well, you'll be glad to know. What the fuck? Troll.
Yeah.
5.
What?
How do we get a troll? Fucking 5, Jacob. We're idiots.
You got trolled.
You've been hit by.
Okay, so now it's team.
I might not be able to get back from this.
So now it's team Still going to be Team Cool Jago. And Team Tony's foreskin looks like Dobby.
Fair, because it is true. Unfortunately, we've been rushed out of the studio this week, but we will have...
The fire alarm going off, we have to go.
Well, that's not true, but we will have a freak encounter next week. Mark Jago, do you have some sort of goblin fucking proverb to
I
close
have
us
a
out?
German proverb that when I look up goblin, for some reason this came up, okay? It's actually in German, I'll translate it after. Warum spielst du die Benedikt Leberwurst? Why are you being such an offended liver sausage?
Yeah, you got that sexy beast. You're just so sexy. Are you a Loch Ness monster? Or are you Bigfoot, cryptid, supernatural vampires,
Probably should've done
banshees,
that.
Tony and Jago? Oops, there's that Wendigo. Hey, come on after me. Who the fuck said you could laugh at me, smack with me? With a Bigfoot dick you could slap with me? Blasphemy. You could dare to come at me with a Bigfoot dick with a Loch Ness monster pussy? Bay, sexy beast.
This has been a Podstuff cod piece.
This has been a production of the Headstuff Podcast Network.